It's that time of year. Fall's approaching. Today's September 23rd. Yesterday is the first day of fall in 2020. And it's time to put down some pre-emergent for winter weeds. Most specifically in our area is what we call poana. It's those little annual bluegrass that comes up in the winter and leaves little green spots all over your yard. You want to put down some pre-emergent. Keep your yard weed free throughout the winter. We'll do a half rate now, then probably another half rate in November. So let's head to the garage and see what we're going to throw down. Hey guys, welcome to sunny Bermuda. Today we're going to throw down some pre-emergent and we're going to use the Anderson's Professional Turf Products Fertilizer with Barricade Herbicide, a 0.007 NPK ratio. And the active ingredient in this is, of course, prodiamine. Prodiamine is 0.426%. It's the active ingredient. It does have soluble potash and chlorine in it. It says, let's see, 7% soluble potash, 5.91% chlorine, and other ingredients, of course, the infamous 99.574% other ingredients. And what we're going to do is, let's look at some weeds controlled. Barnyard grass, annual bluegrass, which is what we call here poana, carpet weed, chickweed, common chickweed, and then Moosier chickweed, crabgrass, lots of annual foxtails, goosegrass, henbit. Henbit's popular here. Henbit is the weed with the purple flowers on it. You see it a lot down south. And then Johnson grass from seed. So if you had Johnson grass, the seed may be laying on the ground. So we want to throw down some pre-emergent, keep those seeds from sprouting. And what we're going to do today, it gives all your charts here. And if you're going to overseed with ryegrass, it gives you a nice little chart here, how much and when to apply. That way you don't affect the ryegrass seed. I'm not going to overseed this year. I'm going to do a medium rate, which is 5.4 pounds per 1,000 square feet and 50-pound bag. This 50-pound bag will cover 9,200 square feet. And of course, here's your common spreader settings. They got the two Andersons and the Let's Go and a couple other models. There's your Scotts. But we're going to throw down 5.4 pounds. I'm going to use my Impro here. So we'll get that set up. We'll pour our product in it and we'll get to throwing. But first, let's head to the yard and I'll show you a quick, just want to do a quick review from my last episode. I'll put a link up here to the top. I've been doing I did an early fall scarification of the yard, and I put down some soil amendments and some green tracks on it as well. Try and get one last feeding before the fall moves in and dormancy starts. So let's head to the yard. On the front yard, this is just a quick review what the yard looks like. It's looking really green. Still looks good, even though highs have been, today was 83, low 68. So it's really not cooled off too terribly much, but a lot of your, I guess, thermometers say the soil condition is right for putting down prodiamine, which means it's approaching 70 degrees soil temperature. So that's why we're doing that today, and we're also expecting 60% chance of rain tomorrow and 40% the next day. So hoping we'll put down the prodiamine and water it in really good. So let's go to the backyard. All right, here we are in the backyard. It's looking really good after the scarification. I think we are, what, 6 days post-scarification. Got in a little cut last night. Take off the top. Didn't take off much because the grass has really slowed down. But it still has a nice green to it. You can see a little brown in it. But overall, it's looking great. Just want to give you guys a review of this one before it does go dormant. You see what it looks like after my scarification. So it's really looking good. I'm proud of it this year. Even this is starting to fill in a little more, surprisingly, even though it is growing slowly now since we're moving into the fall. All right, let's go throw it down.
All right, bag 1 went down on the front yard, the ditch, and a small area here to the side. This front area, if you recall, I redid my diagram. Front goes around that little curve there, about 200 square feet. This front, right at 4,000, so 4,200 plus the ditch. The ditch is 4,300 square feet. As you can see, I've already started the renovation on it right at a month ago. All my centipede is dying, so keep your fingers crossed on this. Bermuda's taking off a little bit, and hopefully by next spring we'll have complete green coverage all the way down to the street. So that's 42 plus 43, that's 8,500 square feet. And also did a small area over here. As you can see, got some good Bermuda taking off here. A lot of hay up there. I'll take care of that next spring, but I covered this in pre-emergent. That's bag number 1. So now let's go do bag number 2. We'll do that on the side and the back. As you can see, after bag 1, the hopper is almost empty. A few little crumbs there at the bottom. The important thing is that you get full coverage, not just full coverage, but even coverage. On my Impro spreader, I put the setting down on 15. I go this way, all the way down, and then I set it down to right at 11, between 11 and 12, and then I come back and I go this way. And by the time I get to the end here, it was empty. Okay, before I load up bag number 2, I take my little diagram I made. I'll put the link up here in the corner. Shows you how to measure your yard, diagram it. That way you have this handy cheat sheet, I guess you could say. But we're going to do section E and F. E is 6,400, so about 6,500. F, a little over 3,200 square feet. So that is a total of 9,600 square feet. So we should be able to do E and F with one bag at the medium rate. Let's go around the back. Okay, just finished bag number 2. Empty hopper. This time I only did one pass. I walked slower. I did this entire area here, which was, I believe, 6,300 square feet, and then this back here, right around 3,200. I walked slower, went along the line, fence line, made sure I put my baffle down and shut off this side when I run around the corners. That way I don't have product thrown into the sides over here or into the pool. Went back and forth this way, slower, and then this whole side here. And that's bag number 2. Okay, now bag number 3. I'm going to cover sections I, H, G, and C, which will round out the last bag, which is equivalent to about 9,000 square feet. You can see I got 27,500 total in this whole front area. So we got 3 bags times 9, it's 27,000. That's why I love using these bags that cover about 9,000 square feet. That way I can cover the entire area with 3 bags. And then of course the back, I'm not going to do this side because it's under construction. I'm going to do some work on it later. And this I'll probably spray liquid predominantly on here. It's about 3,000 square feet. But that'll finish us off tonight. So let's throw this bag down. All right, bag 3 is down. A little left. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, watching me put down my fall pre-emergent, my first application of it. Hope you've noticed a few little projects that have been going on as far as completing the sidewalk and filling this area in. I'll fill this in with dirt, wait to do that next spring, that way the grass will cover it, or I'll throw some sod down. But in this section I went all the way down this whole side, around the back of the pool, and all the way up to the street there. Total of 27,000 square feet in the front part. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. That way you can catch my future videos. And let me know in the comments, how do you apply your pre-emergent? Do you wait for the soil temperature to get just right? Or do you have a plan? You put it down so many months, you know, like the pros do on the golf courses. They don't worry about temperatures, they have a method. Well, tell me what you do. Leave it in the comments, let me know. I'll be sure to reply to any comments. See you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Okay guys, even though it's hot, I'm pouring in sweat, and it's late, it's getting dark outside. Do not throw your spreader in the garage looking like that. I'll put a link up here to how to clean your spreader. Always make sure you wash it off and clean it up before you store it.